We have a bunch of asparagus coming up on the side of this hill here. It's kind of difficult to see them in the spring, so you pretty much have to know where they are located. It's easiest to locate them in the fall. Once they get up and branch out, they kind of turn a burnt orange color, and you can drive around in the fall and spot your patches, remember where they are in the spring, and just come to them. We're on a pretty good slope here. This is a southern facing slope, and this is one of the early patches that I pick. I've picked this since about the 1st of April. We're mid-May right now. Being that this is a southern facing slope, it's also above the valley floor, so we don't get the inversions and the cold. These tend to come on a little bit earlier in the season than the patches that we'll see down on the valley floor. You can see some of the asparagus coming out of the ground here. They're 5-6 inches tall. You definitely want to stop harvesting around the middle of June or so to give the plants gain their strength from coming up. They kind of fern out and go to seed. So they need to be allowed to do that so that the root stays strong and it'll come back next year. But I use a real cheap knife, just a $couple knife I always carry with me. Come down and cut it right around the soil level. You can see here there's also another couple little sprouts coming up right here, and those will be ready in 2-3 days. We can come back and harvest those again. So we'll cut what we have here and then move on to the next patch. Again, I'm cutting them right down at soil level, being careful not to cut the tips off of any of the new sprouts that are coming up. The more you cut these, the more sprouts that you're going to get popping up. But there's a half a dozen from our little stop here. All right, that's it for this patch. Let's move on to the next location. Now, this is one of my other favorite little patches here, but we got a bunch of frost damaged asparagus here. There's really not much to pick, but there's a bunch of little buttonheads sticking their noses out here. We also have some frost damage. Those you might as well just get rid of, clear them out. But these will be ready here in another couple days. This has been burned over this spring. The roots on these are real deep, so it doesn't harm, the overall plant. You see here we've got another little patch, and some of these are starting to branch out a little bit. And they'll eventually, you can kind of see some of the older stuff here, they get like a fern-like texture to them. And eventually in the fall they'll get some little red berries on them, which are the seeds that get spread around for new patches. But these will turn a real burnt orange color in the fall, and they're very distinguishable if you know what you're looking for. And that's really kind of how you find the patches. This stuff's really hard to see in the spring, obviously, just driving down the road. But somebody's been out picking this patch a little bit. Once they start getting these little branches out here, you might as well take them down, clean them up a little bit. The more you cut the asparagus, the more that they're going to go ahead and sprout. But these are just too woody to eat. You don't have the soft texture to them, so they're really kind of throwaway. But it's good to cut them because that encourages new sprouts to come up. But we do have a couple good pieces here. That's still edible. Well, this is BitterrootBob. I'll be enjoying some fresh wild grilled asparagus tonight, and check back for our next Bitterroot adventure in the beautiful Bitterroot Valley of Montana.